Lesson 2. Part 1. Absolute. He is a man of absolute honesty. Agency. The Ford Company has agencies all over the country. Attitude. He took a sympathetic attitude toward my situation. Blank. Please write your name in the blank space at the top of the page. Bulk. A vast bulk of coal is still stored in the basement. Ceremony. Their marriage ceremony was performed in the church. Commerce. Our country has grown rich because of its commerce with other nations. Confuse. Even their own mother sometimes confused the twins. Copper. Copper is easily shaped into thin sheets or fine wire. Curse. He cursed the poor waitress who had spilled soup on him. Part 2. Delight. Moving pictures give great delight to millions of people. Disappear. The little boy disappeared around the corner. Drift. The boat was taken out to sea by the drift of the tide. Employ. That big factory employs many workers. Evidence. When the police arrived, he had already destroyed all the evidence. Faculty. John has the faculty to learn languages easily. That will be discussed in the next faculty meeting. Financial. Before he decides to study abroad, he has to solve financial problems. Freight. This aircraft company deals with freight only. It has no travel service. Generous. It was very generous of them to share their meal with their poor neighbors. Handy. There were handy shelves near the kitchen sink. Part 3. Horrible. I have never seen such a horrible car accident. Industrious. An industrious student usually has good grades. Intimate. Although my brother knew many people, he had few intimate friends. Knowledge. A baby has no knowledge of good and evil. Liberty. They fought to defend their liberty against the invaders. Majesty. They were inspired by the majesty of the snow-covered mountains. Mention. Do not mention the terrible accident before the little children. Monument. The ruins of the castle is an ancient monument which the government pays money to preserve. Nickname. He got the nickname Fatty because he was very fat. Onion. Onion has a very strong smell and taste. Part 4. Peak. The mountain peak is covered with snow all year round. Pit. Water collected in the pit left when the old trees were uprooted. Preach. Many people went to church to hear him preach. Proof. We must wait for better proof before we believe. Rag. She wiped her boots with a rag. Release. After he was released from prison, he came home directly. Responsibility. Now that you are 13, you should have more sense of responsibility. Rude. It is rude to stare at people or to point with a finger. Scorn. We feel scorn for a traitor. Shallow. The lake is too shallow for swimming. Part 5. Soul. They were praying for the souls of the dead. Sprinkle. He sprinkled sand along the icy path. Stoop. He stooped to pick up the paper. Sum. He paid the sum of $10 for a new bag. The sum of 2 and 3 is 5. Talkative. No man likes talkative women. Throughout. The woodwork in the house was rotten throughout. His name is famous throughout the world. Transport. Wheat is transported from the farms to the mills. Utter. He was gone before she could utter a word. She is an utter stranger to me. Voyage. The voyage from England to India used to take 6 months. Wither. The grass withered in the sun.